Hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Charles from CBIT Consultancy. Today we're going to be looking at the Aruba Instant On wireless access points. We've got some new access points in here. We're going to open them up, have a look, see what's in the box, then going to go through configure them on the PC. Let's get started. Okay, so we've gone for the Aruba Instant On AP22. These are the latest Wi-Fi 6 router with cloud management. So what we get in the box according to this, we get the access point, the ceiling and wall mount, an Ethernet cable and the power adapter. These are nice and easy to set up. Just need to make sure that you've got the app or you've logged into the portal. Then power on the device and you just then follow the steps to configure the networks. We'll be going through that on the laptop shortly. First of all, let's get into this box. On opening the box, we've got a simple setup card. We've got the Aruba Instant On Access Point Startup Guide. We've got the actual access point. Which on the front, she's got two lights, and on the back, got power, some micro USB for the console, and we've got the Ethernet port, which is PoE enabled. Also in the box, we've got an adapter and a 3-pin plug which goes onto the end of it. The mounting bracket and a network cable. We're not worried about any of this stuff at the moment. We will be powering it over PoE. We'll be doing that through our switch on the system. Plug in the access point to our network, and you'll see that it's got a power light, and now it's just going to start trying to get its configuration. Of course, we've not configured anything on our portal yet. The next step is on the web portal. Okay, now that we've unboxed the actual access point, we need to go to the website portal.arubainstanton.com, and then we just need to sign in with your account. And as you can see, we've already got some devices in here. We're going to be adding a new site to this particular portal so we can manage multiple things. Okay, so we need to create a new site. Up at the top here, next to your login name where you've got your list of sites, you click on there. We're going to set up a new site. We just follow the instructions on screen. So just click continue. The only thing we've got at the moment is an access point. So we're going to click access point. These particular items will be connected on a private network behind a firewall. So just select that option, click continue. We've already completed this step, which is plugging it in. And we just need to wait until the lights are alternating between green and amber, which it currently is. So we click continue. We now need to input the serial number, which is on the top of the access point. I have blurred these out for this, but it's the second option down. And once you've got the serial number, you click find, and it's found it. So we're going to add the device. And as this is a wireless access point, we can set up our SSID and password. Put the password in which you're going to be using. You select your country, which for us is United Kingdom. So you set your site name, what you want to call it. Then you click activate site. What this does now, will be sending the information which you've set through to the access point, ready for it to be used. Then you click continue. You can do all of this setup from the app which is on your phone. Just going to sign up so you can see what it looks like when you get multiple accounts. So when you first log in, you can see all your sites which you've got set up. You select the site which you want to manage. From in here, you can see what devices you've got. So at the moment, we've got one device, but it's not online. If we click on there, as you can see, we've got the name and what state it's in. So at the moment, it is updating. And it won't be shortly. What I'm going to do is we're going to then change the name. And once we've saved that, that will then push that out to the access point. We will put a label on the access point so we know which access point it is. So when we get to site, we know exactly which access point is in which location. Now we've got one device added, we can go through and add in other devices. All we do is we click add device. We click on search for my devices. You type in the serial number again. And click search. Okay, this device has not been found at the moment. The device is still booting, so let's search for it again, and now it's found it. We're going to add this device. We select the tick box and click accept. we're now extending the network. I'm going to rename the access point so we know which one it is. And we will then go through and our last device, which we don't even need to find. We can just add this device. It's already found it. I don't need to type in the serial number because it's already on the network. Select the box, click accept, and this will now be brought in as well. And we will now rename this device. These should now all be updating and synchronizing. Give us a few minutes to catch up. So all of the devices are online, ready to work. Okay, now all the access points are active. Just go through to see what information we've got. So you've got the topology tab at the top, and this will show that you've got your 3 access points. We haven't got anything connected to at the moment, and then they connect up to a switch. If you had a Aruba Instant on switch, that will be here, and you can manage that as well. We do not have that here. Go back to the devices. We select our access point. So initially on this page we've got the device name, the MAC address and the serial number, what sort of access point it is, and the version of the software installed. Tells you if you're connected, and your IP address, and what radios you've got enabled. On the sub tab we've got connectivity. Here is where you set your IPs if you want to have a static IP, or at the moment it's automatic, so it'll get a DHCP address from your DHCP server. This I expect will be suitable for most people or businesses, as these are cloud managed. As long as it's got an internet connection, you can manage them. We then select the ports tab because it's connected via the LAN. It's a 100 megabit connection for us. That's only because we've got a 100 megabit switch which it's connected to. We can then go through and tag or untag a particular VLAN. We haven't set any VLANs up yet, so they'll all be untagged on VLAN, which is the one we set up when we first configured it. We've then got the radios, so we've got the 2.4 GHz radio and the 5 GHz radio. You can change settings for specific radios, so you can change the power, the channel, and which megahertz. We're just going to leave it as default. Same for the 5 GHz, you can choose the channel width, the channel, and the transmit power, but we're just going to use the default. Then we've then got the actions tab, where you can locate the access point you're trying to find by activating the lights. You can run some basic connectivity tests, you can restart the device, or you can remove it from the network. Okay, we're now going to look at the setting up of the actual networks. So at the bottom we've got a network tab, and we've got one, so we just select that. We've got the name of the SSID or the network, what sort of network it is, whether it's active or not. So at the moment we've got this network set up. We set up a password. You can use Radius if you want to. We've then got options to be able to broadcast the SSID. It is Wi-Fi 6, so as these are Wi-Fi 6 access points, that is selected. And you've got a few options here where you can limit bandwidth usage to a certain speed for either the client or the network. You can optimize it for video streaming. You can set the IP and network assignment. So at the moment it is a DHCP relay. That's what it's basically doing. You can set it so it's so it comes from a different VLAN, or you can set it up so that the access point or the access points themselves are a DHCP server. We then set what radio frequencies it wants to use, either 2.4 or 5 GHz or both. On the schedule, you can say when this access point will be available, or when this network will be available. You can say whether the network is unrestricted, or you can restrict it and say they're only allowed to reach certain devices. So that will be, example, if you set it up as a guest network, you can say it's only got access to the internet and nothing internally. Then we've got applications for what you're allowed to use on it. So we will be taking off the adult content. And most other items on there, okay, we untick the malicious and risk items, explicit content. Everything else will be allowed. So we can re-enable these if the client needs a specific access to a certain site. But a lot of this stuff is actually managed through the firewall anyway. This is just an extra layer of security. If you want to create additional networks, you click on the Add. You can say whether it's a guest or it's an employee network. If you select the guest, you can set a password. You can have it so it goes through a portal, or you can have it open. It's up to you. I would still specify a password for the guest one. On the client option, you can see all the devices which are connected, and we haven't got anything connected at the moment. So this is the applications, so you can see what's been connected, which items are being used. From the menu at the top, you can go to the site management. From here you can change the site name, account, and you can transfer the ownership to somebody else. You can set the time zone to be the correct one. So we're currently on London. You can set up your guest portal from here. So you can set it up for PC or phone. We haven't got a guest network at the moment, but you can customize it to put the welcome text in. You put in your title for the terms and conditions. You then put your terms and conditions in the content box. And you can set your redirect URL to something like your website or whichever one you need it to go to. And when people go through that one, then they can connect. And then you've got your software update and so there's no updates available, and it does do automatic updates. For us it's set to Sunday at 3 o'clock in the morning, which will be a quiet time, and it'll just update to make sure it's on the latest version. As it does say, it'll take approximately 10 minutes to complete, so you want to make sure that this is done out of hours to cause the minimal amount of disruption. We've just gone setting up your wireless access points for a new site, getting the SSID and network available, and showing you the basic configuration. Thank you for watching. If you like this sort of thing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification. That way, for when we upload new videos, you will be alerted. Look forward to seeing you next time.